right, you're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source now is PhilHealth spokesperson Shirley Domingo. Ma'am Shirley, this is Pinky. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
It's a little choppy, but I can hear you.
Okay, maraming salamat po for your time. Let me start with this. So Happy is actually saying that PhilHealth owes private hospitals about 20 billion pesos in claims as of August. Is this accurate? Is this the same number PhilHealth is seeing?
Yes, you should understand, for those who are listening, and Pinky, that the number changes every day. We receive around 39,000 claims a day, and we also pay several millions of claims a day. We actually pay 2.5 billion in benefit payments out for a week. So the numbers changes, but right now it would be around 16 billion is what is in our offices now. And not all of that are delayed claims because there are some still within the 60 days and some outside of the 60 days.
How much would you say would be categorized as delayed claims out of the 16 billion?
I don't have exactly that amount now because we can break that down according to still the current claims, those approved for payment. Maybe around less than 50% will be still beyond the 60 days.
Beyond the 60 days. I guess what's important to note here is that what I heard that Dr. De Grano was saying was that, 20 billion unpaid claims, not this year, it was since 2020. Do you have the numbers to tell us on how much unpaid claims there are since 2020? Just for the year 2020.
We can get that number. Unfortunately, I don't have those statistics with me now, but we can do that. Yeah.
So let's stick to what we have right now. You shared with us about 16 billion pesos in unpaid claims, but some of these are still within the 60-day period and about half have actually lapsed. Is that correct, the 60-day period?
Yes.
Okay. What is the plan, Dr. Domingo, with regards to about 8 billion pesos of unpaid claims so far beyond the 60-day period?
Excuse me, can you please repeat your question?
Kailan ho kaya mababayaran yung sinasabing 8 billion pesos of unpaid claims that have lapsed po the 60-day period?
Oh, yes. We have discussed the payment again through DCPM because we already released some amount through DCPM, and we will be releasing another wave of DCPM. DCPM is a debit-credit payment method wherein we pay 60% of the good claims that are with us now being processed. So we pay the hospital that amount at once while we are processing the claims. So we have agreed to put out again a DCPM second wave.
So the debit-credit claim will be paid of 60% po doon sa mga ospital. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. 60% because while we are processing claims, we will still determine compensability of these claims, determine some of them will be returned to hospital for deficiencies and some will be denied. And that's when we will charge it to the 40% remaining with us and give the balance to the hospitals after we reconcile claims.
Yeah. You know, the senators, of course, have made statements regarding this because of the plan or the threat, if you may, of some hospitals to disengage with PhilHealth. Senator Grace Poe was saying PhilHealth needs to have an aggressive catch-up plan. Is there any modification, any plan to kind of adjust the payment system so that payments can be made faster?
Yes, aside from the DCPM, we have instituted a lot of reforms in the way we process claims. One is we are streamlining the number of steps in processing claims. Two, we have augmented our human resources in our claims processing unit because we are also affected by this pandemic, our human resource. Therefore, we have also augmented by getting other people in other units and putting them in our claims processing unit. And we also have put in facilities in our IT system is still to be implemented, though, about overriding some of the issues that are crop up in claims processing. So we are doing a lot to make sure that claims are processed in time.
Can you expound more on this streamlining that you mentioned first?
Yes, we have what you call the medical prepayment review, wherein the claims are reviewed as to their medical compensability, adherence to guidelines before they are processed by our adjudicators. This usually takes several steps. I'm not very sure exactly how much, but it will be around 20 steps. But it is a checklist, seeing whether those that is required on the medical side of the claim is there. We have reduced this by more than half, and therefore it will make the medical prepayment review faster. We also discuss some possibility of a post-medical audit, meaning we look at the claims, medical issues of the claims after we process claims. But the medical audit is still being discussed. So it's more of streamlining the prepayment review.
And talking about possible suspicious claims, are there still a lot of this?
Hello?
Yung pong sinasabi po natin, Dr. Shirley, suspicious claims, yung mga upcasing and the like, is this still a big problem for PhilHealth? Okay, we're losing Dr. Shirley Domingo. She's on phone patch. She's on her way somewhere. That's why we couldn't get her on Zoom. But it seems right now that we're having a very choppy connection with the spokesperson of PhilHealth. Again, of course, we're talking about the supposed claim of PHAPI, or the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines, headed by Dr. De Grano, saying that may utang pa ang PhilHealth to private hospitals amounting to about 20 billion pesos. And of course, the plan of some of the hospitals to disengage with PhilHealth, if that happens, malaking problema po yan sa mga nagpupunta sa hospital. I think we have her back. Let's see if this is a better connection. Dr. Domingo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I think we left off with the streamlining. I asked you to expound on that, and you did. In many words, you cut the process from the first step already from maybe 20 processes to about 10. And you were also talking about human resource issues, no, because we are under a pandemic and hindi po marami. It's not the usual capacity of workers. We left off at that. Yung tinanong ko po sa inyo, marami pa ho ba kayong pinoprocess na problem, suspicious, upcasing cases?
Well, as upcases is identified, we refer that to our legal. And I don't have the exact number now of how many was referred to our legal at the moment. But in our fact-finding office, they have around 5,000 cases that are being investigated. These are claims. These are not one hospital per claim. So there can be several claims per hospital. Right. So that's around 5,000 claims being investigated.
Opo. 5,000, parang individual claims po yan. Dr. Domingo, in terms of siguro payment of this more or less 8 billion, is there a target that you can tell us or the hospitals by which this 8 billion will be paid? Kailan ho kaya mababayaran itong 8 billion?
Oh, okay. Well, as I said, we're paying through DCPM to make it faster, because if we will do the regular processing, it can have challenges because of our human resource, and therefore we are hoping to release this money kaagad through DCPM. We have discussed this because it's the second wave, and we already released a certain amount for around 9 billion for our first wave of DCPM, and we fixed some glitches of the first release, and therefore we are releasing the second wave very soon. But may I tell you also, Pinky, that to date we have already paid 158 billion in claims since January 20, at the same period, since January 2020 up to now. So we're paying. 158. We're paying. It's not that it's all utang. We're paying. We already paid 158 billion since January last year. And PhilHealth is around right. 20 billion is what we're working on at the moment.
Okay. You're working at 20 billion. You're working on 20 billion at the moment. Just two very quick questions. Are there enough funds to pay for the claims?
Oh, yes. There's no problem with funds. We have enough funds to pay the claim.
Okay, and then the second one, just very quickly also, Dr. Shirley, what do you say to the threat of some of the hospitals that they may not renew their accreditation with PhilHealth because of this pahirapan na pagbayad po sa kanila?
Yes, we understand them. We hope the situation will not reach that. We have some hospitals who have declared now that they are not disengaging. It was actually the media, and we're thankful for that. Our president himself, Dr. Attorney Dan Tegeran, has been talking to the president of Private Hospital Association, Dr. De Grano, to come out and to iron out issues and to make sure that the situation that's being mentioned will not push through. Because in the end, it will be our fellow Filipinos who will not benefit from that kind of arrangement. Yes.
All right. PhilHealth spokesperson Shirley Domingo. Dr. Domingo, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you and keep safe.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.